I am your host with the locks that rocks, Adam Richmond, and this is Surviving Rocklahoma, your official podcast of Rocklahoma. And I am joined by a couple of dear friends of mine, close personal friends, I should say. And what is up? Dimestore Riot.
Hey, how's it going?
Man, you guys freaking killed it on stage. How was Rocklahoma this year?
It's great. We're always excited to come out here and be part of the festival, and with the time slot we got this year where we kicked it off, we knew that the crowd would really have a lot of energy and be anxious to really jump into things, and we definitely saw it. Great crowd came out, high energy, and really just had a great time.
At one point I could only hear the crowd. My monitor, drums, everything out. They were that loud, just super excited, having fun. It's been a great time.
Did the heat play a factor for you all?
I feel it was like hotter last year personally, but I mean it's hot, and under that awning the airflow's not the strongest, so it's definitely a factor. I know that the band that played after us, Chip's Enough, he suffered some heat related things at the very end, so it's something you got to be careful with for sure, but I think luckily we got through that pretty unscathed.
Awesome, man. Now, this isn't your first year playing Rocklahoma. How does this compare to playing your first time?
How about your first time?
Well, for me, I know that I stood in the same spot for the whole set my first time, and you don't see me do that anymore. In fact, I think I move around too much.
Whoa. So at one point in time, these two almost collided on stage as there was like a backspin flying kick that when he turned around, saw her that she was there and was like, whoa, and they missed it. They missed each other by that much. But
just adds to that tension on stage. The people are just riveted. What's going to happen. So.
Right, with stuff like that, how can you not? CJ, is that like the real reason for the rock star kicks, is so she knows not to stand in one spot on stage?
Well, that stage has got a lot of room up there, maybe a little more than some of the stages we play around the region, and so we were able to stretch out a little bit more.
Yeah.
And if we got to do that every weekend, all the time, I think we would have maybe a little more comfort as to what lines to take versus bumping into each other a little bit.
So how does playing an open air festival compare to playing in an indoor setting?
I think a lot of it for me is the sound wave, the way it carries across from the wind and the fans blowing, and but otherwise I love it. I think that the outdoor, you can feel the bass and the drums a lot more than you can on an inside stage.
There's a reason for that, because in an inside stage, I have to somewhat restrict how I'm riding my cymbals and how I'm playing I'm not overpowering in a smaller room. But when I'm out on an open stage, I can just get it at all. Just get them as hard as I can. Ow, just go. So
there's some interesting acoustics that I see when we play these outdoor festivals, where sometimes I just have to trust the process, because what I hear on stage sometimes it's like a pitch shift because of the acoustics bouncing around, and you just have to believe no, I'm not hearing what I'm really hearing, and really focus on your monitors and your cues and things like that. But otherwise, I love the energy of playing on outdoor arenas. I think they're awesome.
absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about playing Rocklahoma, which is like our rock and roll mecca, here so close to like your hometown, your home base. All of our families here, all of our friends are here, and we're at our favorite festival. Tell me, is that a little different versus going to some of the other places you played?
Well, for me, it's it's really great because I have a lot of roots here at Rocklahoma. I've ran sound here. I've transported the artists in limos and vans here. My dad runs the kitchen. I'm interleaved here at Rocklahoma, and it's all the people here and everybody that I know here. It's like home. Absolutely, all the people are great.
Well, it's It's a source of pride, I think, for us to be one of the local bands to represent Tulsa music scene.
Absolutely.
And it's rare. And it's getting more and more rare for bands to do this. 10 years ago, we had a lot of locals out here, a lot of regional bands, and really over the last few years, that's really dwindled. So we take a lot of pride in that, and we feel a lot of responsibility to carry that banner and represent Tulsa very well. So that part of it, I think, makes it very special.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And also, Adam, you know, there's nothing like making new fans anywhere we go, but you can't take away from going to a festival where there's like, what, 30,000 people here, 30 plus thousand people, and almost every other person is someone we know, you know, and we're not going to find that at any other festival. So, love it.
The people, yeah. All the people, it's great.
let's talk a little bit about your music. You guys have been putting stuff out for a couple of years. What is going on with you all right now?
Well, we just released a new single called She Says, and it's available on all the platforms, the streaming, for sale on iTunes, those things. So if people are curious about it, they can listen for themselves and see what we're bringing to the table. And October 5th, we're releasing our CD, which will feature 9 songs and really give a good comprehensive look at what we're all about musically. I think there's been an evolution from when we started. And what I'm really excited about is I feel like this band is finding its voice and blending some genres maybe that weren't traditionally blended, in that kind of a grungy, dirty rhythms and guitars with power metal type vocals.
Yeah.
And I think it makes it a unique sound that is really exciting in terms of the possibilities ahead.
I love it, guys. You know, I know you guys got a stacked schedule. We got a lot of bands to catch this weekend. You know, I like to wrap up every interview by giving all my guests a chance to directly acknowledge the audience, to speak to the folks who came out and showed up for you guys, the folks who've been following you since you've come together here in our local area. Dimestore Riot, the stage is yours.
Well, I'll start. I'll just say thank you guys so much for all the support. You guys have been tremendous. It really takes a village to lift up a band, and it's rare that people get a chance to be at the front end of that. So sharing us with your friends and folks that like rock and roll really can be at the forefront of growing this into what it can become. So we encourage you to interact with us on our social medias, like, share, follow, all of those type of things, and really share what you like with the people around you.
Right, like you said, it takes a tribe to run a village, and we need every one of y'all, and we appreciate your investment. Thank you for believing in us, and I hope that we continue to grow you guys and our friends, family, and fans.
Yeah, and I'll finish up with saying that, you know, that I've had this wonder of where the energy comes from between us, and you know, that energy is feeding off the comments and everything, then all the support that we get that gives us like, wow, okay, like this has chemistry, and it feeds and it comes from you, the audience, the listener, the people who are supporting us, the people who help build our confidence in this whole journey. So thank you to all the people out there that support us. And yeah, absolutely.
And thank you, man, for all your support.
Yeah.
Adam, you do a lot for all the locals, for everyone, and we appreciate you very much.
Thank you, guys. Well, with folks like you, it's hard not to support local music, and I am so proud to be a member of my local music scene, and I am so glad to share it with you folks. Thank you so much for sitting down with me, and we're going to go ahead and let you guys go party and enjoy some of these bands that are still playing. So for Dimestore Riot, I'm Adam Richmond. This is your official podcast of Rocklahoma, Surviving Rocklahoma. Until next time, rock on. What do you got?
Thanks for not asking dumb questions.